پیام‌های نمایندگان کنگره آمریکا. فرنچ هیل، رئیس کمیته خدمات مالی، جمهوری خواه. مایک لاولر، عضو کمیته خارجی، رئیس زیرکمیته خاورمیانه و شمال آفریقا، جمهوری خواه. انجی کریگ، رئیس دموکراتها در کمیته کشاورزی، دموکرات. اشلی هینسون، عضو کمیته امنیت داخلی، جمهوری خواه. مایک لاولر، مایه افتخار است که از قطعنامه دو حزبی در مجلس نمایندگان به عنوان کمک آورنده پشتیبانی می کنم که در دفاع از مردم ایران در مبارزهشان برای برپایی یک جمهوری دموکراتیک مبتنی بر جدایی دین و دولت و غیر هسته‌ای صادر شده است.
It's Congressman Mike Lalor here, and I'm proud to serve as chairman of the House Foreign Affairs Subcommittee on the Middle East and North Africa. I want to thank you for your tireless advocacy for freedom, democracy, and human rights in Iran. It is an honor to stand with you, and I'm proud to co-sponsor House Resolution 166, which reaffirms Congress's bipartisan support for the Iranian people in their fight to establish a democratic, secular, and non-nuclear Republic of Iran. The Iranian regime has spent decades fueling terrorism across the Middle East, brutally suppressing its own people and defying international norms on nuclear weapons. We cannot and must not turn a blind eye. The Iranian regime's support for terror proxies and other militant groups has fueled chaos across the Middle East. These proxies operate as extensions of the regime's malign influence, threatening regional and global security alike. Time and again, brave Iranians, especially women and young people, have taken to the streets, risking everything to demand real change. Their message is clear: no to dictatorship, and yes to a future rooted in freedom and self-determination. For Iran to be free, a plan must support a vision for free and fair elections, gender and religious equality, a non-nuclear future, and the separation of religion and state. These are values enshrined in our own Declaration of Independence. Congress's support for the Iranian people is broad and bipartisan because your cause is just. I will continue working with my colleagues to ensure that the United States holds the Iranian regime accountable for its crimes and stands with the people of Iran in their struggle for liberty. We must also ensure the safety of Iranian dissidents abroad who have survived unspeakable persecution and deserve full protection under international law. And may freedom and justice soon prevail for the people of Iran.
فرنچ هیل: امسال با افتخار از قطعنامه دو حزبی 166 حمایت کردم که تروریسم، تجاوزگری منطقه‌ای و سرکوب رژیم را محکوم کرده و از خواست مردم ایران برای تغییر دموکراتیک پشتیبانی می‌کند. خانم مریم رجوی، رئیس جمهور برگزیده شورای ملی مقاومت ایران، چشماندازی جسورانه و معتبر ارائه داده است. برنامه او اصولی را ترویج می کند که ما نیز آن را ارزشمند می دانیم. این اصول ایران را مدرن می کند و مردمش را توانمند خواهد ساخت. این برنامه هر گونه اقتدارگرایی را رد می کند و مسیری را ترسیم می کند که مردم ایران بتوانند آینده خود را بر پایه دموکراسی و کثرت‌گرایی تعیین کنند. می خواهم حمایت قاطع خود را از امنیت و حفاظت اعضای اپوزیسیون در اشرف 3 در آلبانی اعلام کنم. آنان باید از هر گونه تهدید رژیم ایران مصون بمانند.
This is Congressman French Hill. It's an honor to join you again and reaffirm my support for the Iranian people's fight for freedom. For years, the Iranian people have bravely stood up to the religious tyranny that has ruled over a country with a rich cultural legacy and a long history of leadership in science, art, and trade. In the face of violence, censorship, and unrelenting repression, the people of Iran raised their voices, demanding a future defined not by dictatorship, but by self-determination. Yet their calls are met with imprisonment, execution, and state violence. I unequivocally condemn these heinous atrocities and stand with all Iranians as they struggle to reclaim their freedom and establish a democratic, secular, and non-nuclear republic, rooted in the rule of law and the will of the people. Since coming to office, I've been a strong advocate for the people of Iran. In the last Congress, as a part of our national security package, my bill, Holding Iranian Leaders Accountable Act, it aims to expose the financial corruption of the Iranian regime officials, demonstrating to the citizens of Iran just how they have been misled. This year, I'm proud to co-sponsor HRES 166, a bipartisan resolution condemning the regime's terrorism, regional aggression, and repression, and supporting the Iranian people's call for democratic change. For over 4 decades, Ayatollahs, mullahs, and the Iranian military have enriched themselves while the Iranian people suffer. We must continue to demand accountability, justice, and transparency. Ms. Maryam Rajavi, the President-elect of the National Council of the Resistance of Iran, has offered a bold and credible vision. Her plan promotes the very ideals we value, such as free elections, the universal right to vote, a free market economy, and a foreign policy rooted in peaceful coexistence. Principles that will modernize Iran and empower its people. It rejects authoritarianism in all forms and outlines a path for the Iranian people to determine their future based on democracy and pluralism. So as we gather in solidarity, I encourage each of you to stay strong, united, and hopeful. Your courage is reshaping Iran's future. The resilience of the Iranian people continues to inspire all of us, from the halls of Congress to free nations around the world. I also want to express my strong support for the safety and the protection of the opposition members living in the Ashraf 3 in Albania. They must be safeguarded from any threats by the Iranian regime. Thank you for having me. Thank you for your courage, your commitment, and all that you're doing in the fight for a free Iran.
قطعنامه 166 مجلس نمایندگان به طور رسمی خواست مردم ایران را برای برخورداری از یک جمهوری دموکراتیک مبتنی بر جدایی دین و دولت و عاری از سلاح هسته‌ای به رسمیت می‌شناسد و اقدامات رژیم استبدادی حاکم بر این کشور را محکوم می‌کند.
Hello everyone, I'm Congresswoman Angie Craig and I represent Minnesota's 2nd Congressional District. Earlier this year, I voted for House Resolution 166, which officially recognizes the Iranian people's desire for a democratic, secular, and non-nuclear Republic of Iran, and condemns the actions of the country's authoritarian regime. This resolution is bipartisan because people on both sides of the aisle understand what is at stake if we let the Iranian regime go unchecked. As Americans, we cannot afford to allow Iran's leadership to continue ignoring democratic principles and trampling over the rights of its citizens. Together, we are fighting for free and fair elections, gender equality, and religious freedom in Iran. These are the core pillars of democracy and the principles that will bring lasting peace to the region. So with that, I want to thank you for your efforts and for allowing me to offer a few words as we continue the fight for freedom and democracy in Iran.
اشلی هینسون ایرانیانی که به اصول دموکراتیک پایبند مانده‌اند، قهرمان، الهام بخش و چراغ امیدی برای ایران و برای همه آزادی خواهان در جهان هستند. من در کنگره همواره از مردم ایران حمایت خواهم کرد و پژواک ندای آنان برای آزادی در برابر استبداد خواهم بود.
Well, hi everyone. I'm Congresswoman Eshli Heinson from Iowa's 2nd Congressional District. I stand with the people of Iran against the tyrannical Iranian regime, and I urge all those who stand for democracy to do the same. I have and will continue to condemn this regime for its egregious human rights abuses against its own people and state-sponsored terrorism that threatens regional stability, global security, and the safety of our allies. This brutal regime has worked to stomp out any resistance to their tyranny. They are working to silence dissent, all while sponsoring terrorist proxies to continue endangering innocent lives around the world. Now, despite this threat, the Iranian people continue to fight for their voices to be heard and for their rights to be restored. The Iranians committed to their democratic principles are heroic and inspiring, a beacon of hope for Iran and freedom fighters everywhere. Please know that in Congress, I will always support the Iranian people and echo their calls for freedom over tyranny.